blinky thing is on. Good morning, everybody. This is the Mid-Morning Maduro. We are raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw.
And before we get really too deep into that, if you haven't noticed, a little bit taller, a little bit wider, a little bit hairier,
A little less leathery.
less leather, and we're not talking about cigars. My right, your left. This is from the Tobacco College of Tobaccology, Carter Dison.
I don't think that's true.
Are you sure? Tobacco College of Tobaccology.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn once.
And you read a book.
I didn't even.
No, just stayed
I
there.
sounded out a few words.
That's him.
Yay!
And then immediately to my left, your right, this is the true man's man. This is the liaison for the CIA and the German consulate in America. Mike, are you going to do something? Let me finish. Mike the Man Striegel. Fuck you two shit. That idiot did it last week. You're doing it this week.
Of course.
I had a really good drum roll. What, are we gonna golf over that?
Yeah, I
It wasn't
made
even cued or anything.
nothing,
No.
you know.
Natural.
That's what happens when you deal with, semi,
Talent.
not quite talented professionals. But other than that, this is yours truly, the Cuban Cubano from Cuba, the Cubanissimo Crazy Cuban,
Man, you cannot pronounce his last name.
Yes.
Echevarria.
Ah!
Duncan Ramon Echevarria. Just like it sounds. You literally see it and you're like, oh, just like it's written.
Like the donuts, right?
God almighty, I'm gonna stab this motherfucker. It's gonna be a long show, but I'm excited.
You gotta shoot your shot. Sometimes you gotta try.
I did this morning.
Shoot.
I shot the shot. I shot the shot, and it opened up my mind. I shot the shot. Little
I
ace
don't
of
think- I
base.
don't think that's how that goes.
No ace of base.
No.
Well, they're fucking Norwegians, and that's where
Norwegian?
I don't know,
Did you go
Norwegian,
on one of those cruises?
Danish, wherever the fuck these idiots are from. So that's where the little leather-clad Marine is at right now. He's in Norway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
See the tie over there.
Yeah.
Good.
You-
Yeah,
you-
you saw it. I was going somewhere with it.
Nailed it.
He's over there playing with Olaf.
Olaf. Yeah. He's tickling Olaf's snowballs. Hey, this is not owned by Disney, so I'm gonna say whatever the hell.
We don't have sponsors.
Yeah.
That is true. Sorry, Disney. I guess we're not in with you. Bunch of weirdos, anyways. So Carter, you're here today. I'm excited about that. Carter, I was glad he was in here yesterday. He's one of my Friday guys. But I love it when he starts talking about some really cool tobacco stuff and.
Nerd shit.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, we are like cigar geekosaurs. We're cigar nerds. He's just a cigar consumer. He is a great guy, but he doesn't know shit about cigars.
You're right, I don't.
But you're a great guy, though.
I try.
All right.
It's the effort. It's the effort.
What were you talking about yesterday that I really, really liked? When I said, dude, that's the topic right there. You want to refresh it, and then we can just kind of dive into it?
I said a lot yesterday.
Well, that is true. Most of it was absolute meaningless shit. But
True.
you were talking about, like, one example, when we look at cigars, pricing, and what cigar gets, you wait for that price, and all of a sudden that you smoke a good cigar, and you're like, wow, it's shocking that it's that price.
Right.
Before we do that, by the way, we are all smoking the Esteban Carreras Vigilante. This is a $5 cigar. Let me just get that out of the way. $5. Fucking phenomenal stick in my book at $5. Now, take it away, Carter.
Well, like you just got these into the shop,
Yeah.
and I think if you're really trying to get a true judge, when say you walk into a shop and they hand you a cigar and they're like, here, try this, see what you think. I think one of the last things that you should really want to hear is how much it costs.
The big one.
Because I feel like that can taint your opinion from the jump.
It can.
So as soon as you get a cigar, don't worry about all the other things. If somebody's giving you a cigar just to try, light it up, smoke it, see what you think. You can base your own opinions. And then when Duncan goes, oh, by the way, that was a $5 cigar, and then you go, well, man, that was that was well worth my $5. If not, if I would have called it, it would have been a $7 cigar. So you told me five. I'm gonna buy a box of these because I feel like it's well worth the money. If he came up to me and told me it was a $10 cigar, I'd be like, it's a good cigar.
But not a 10.
I'm not probably gonna get it on my again because I feel like that's a little much. But I just don't want my opinion of the cigar tainted from the jump.
I agree. I mean, one of the great things is, again, remember last time Carter was here, he doesn't just come into this nilly-willy. I mean, you did work at JR's for 4 years. You are a true lover of the leaf, man. You enjoy smoking your cigars. You come at them from a very clean and honest perspective. It's funny, I follow Carter on Instagram. Not one damn picture of anything but cigars. And that's to me, that's awesome. You know why? Because yeah, I post a lot of weird shit, but I try to link it usually to either events that we got or something. But a real cigar guy, dude, you don't need to know if he's and drinking a Mai Tai, show me the cigar that you're enjoying. What about it that you like, and I'm kosher with that. And that's what he does on his Instagram. It's a very pure approach to cigar smoking. I love what you were saying yesterday, man. Truly, that's a hell of a damn deep topic of conversation, and that's what I wanted to talk today about.
It's all about starting conversation about the cigar. Like we were saying, I kind of feel like a cigar is the great neutralizer.
I did a small ring. No. I did a little ring. I'm sorry. I did a little ring. It was little.
It was a pinky ring. I feel like a cigar is like the great neutralizer in the room. We're all sitting here, and the main focus is cigars. We can talk about everything else underneath the sun that's controversial and would offend anyone else, but at the end of the day, it comes back to the cigar. That's why you're here. That's the main focus.
You're using the word neutralizer. I like to flip it a little bit around and say it's an equalizer.
That's a better one.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I weld and fabricate.
He creates cool metal shit. Look at this thing. Look at this goddamn thing. Look at it. Look at it.
Give me back my damn ashtray.
So, the ashtray weighs 30 pounds.
At least.
So
he threw it around pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's not 30 pounds.
Mike, what do you do for a living?
I design fire sprinkler systems.
He's so formal about everything. And I do what I love, which is I work in the cigar industry. 3 completely different guys, but we're all equalized by, we found a cigar that the commonality is that, hey, we like the same cigar. How cool is that shit?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing I've seen it happen. I mean, we've sat outside with Costi. For those who do not know, Constantine Cote, to say it correctly, is the mayor of Statesville. Very cool guy, huge cigar guy. Huge. William Morgan, also one of our city councilmen, man, cigar guy extraordinaire. We have Lassiter, who's an attorney. We have a bunch of guys, completely different, that'll sit with, just a regular working class Joe, and they're all smoking the $8 cigar, $7 cigar. What an equalizer.
Right.
And those topics of conversations that all of a sudden develop even bring in amazing commonalities that you'd never expect.
Yeah, and there's no agenda to it. There's nothing. There's no. I'm trying to get my point across. Please listen to me. It's always neutral ground. Everyone's speaking to an opinion that they have and not getting offended by it.
I agree. Mike?
And it doesn't matter what kind of cigar anybody's smoking either.
Exactly, man. So, and I'm going to tell you this because I know Carter and I, we are, again, one more time, we're cigar nerds, but Mike, man, you jump in at the moment that you see us geeking out like little schoolgirls, oh my God, it's a great cigar, and just jump in.
And just smack the gas?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. So.
Yeah, this might work.
Let's begin with just a little bit. Right first, what are you getting out of cigar? What flavors? What's it telling you? How's the construction? I mean, tell us a little bit about that cigar. It's the Vigilante. It's
First
from
light.
Carreras.
It's not. You're not really getting a spice. I don't think off the beginning, more like a dark chocolate, something kind of more neutral.
You get that bittersweet, like almost like that baking chocolate.
Yeah,
not sweet, right?
Yeah, but nothing. It's medium to full.
Okay.
It's not really. It's not punching you in the throat, but it's there. great draw, good light, seems to be very well constructed. I mean, I enjoy it. The one we had yesterday, just to try out,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it.
Again, it flips you when you find out also the price point of that as well, because you're like, well, it's giving me all these things, and probably about to say, well, that's an $8 cigar. You're like, oh, it's good at $8, but then going to say that, well, I think you should smoke the Churchill, it was $6, you're like, shit, $6 in the Churchill.
I had a fistful out when I left at the end of the day.
And that's an exciting price. Mike, what is a cigar like smoking like for you right now? What do you get out of it? I mean, what are you enjoying about it?
The construction and everything, like he said, is great. I do not have the palate that he has, so I don't taste the chocolate and all that other stuff. But I do get a good draw and a good flavor. There's nothing smacking you in the face like
Right.
that.
That's honest.
It's kind of a light. I would consider this more of a light cigar compared.
Like a light Maduro, if you can even say
Exactly.
something like that.
I don't even consider it a Maduro, but it's a lighter cigar compared to a Maduro.
Let me say this and tell me, guys, would you say this is a great transitional cigar? Like for somebody who's never smoked Maduros, you say, hey, smoke this one. It's not a kick-ass Maduro.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not gonna.
It's a good transition. Like, hey, I've
Right,
never done it.
It's probably not gonna turn you off to smoking cigars.
Okay.
I think once you have a cigar that. Good transitional cigars to me, it would be a Maduro that doesn't have like a Lajero or something like that in it.
Correct.
It's going to be a heavy spice that you're going to hit, and it's going to blow your palate out, and you're going to start snotting and
Yeah, you don't want to do
and
it.
it's going to
I've done that.
going from like a Connecticut or a lighter, creamier cigars to something with fuller. You do want something that is more of that creamier, smoother, more leathery, chocolatey side of things instead of going straight to spice.
I agree.
This would be a good transition to do that.
Right.
As Mike said, I also, and you guys know this for a fact, I suck at reviews, but one of the things that I noticed, and I don't know if you guys get it, I got a lot of smoke. Like right now, this thing is like smoking beautifully, but look.
Great draw.
Like great thick clouds of smoke. It reminds me a little bit, I don't know if you've ever smoked it, Mikey, but it reminded me just for a second of the Gurkha Ghost.
Yeah.
Because the Gurkha Ghost is also
Yep,
is one of those like Maduros that is not a crazy kicking the gonads Maduro, but it's a very rich, heavy Maduro. But I don't think it's a strong Maduro. But what I love about it is this heavy, velvety clouds of smoke and that texture in your mouth. This reminded me of that briefly.
A Drew Estate Nicaragua. That's like a freaking freight train.
Yeah, the Nicaragua Rustica.
Yeah.
I agree. It's one of the Drew Estates that I do go to. It's a great brand. Good draw, which again, as you guys can see, the amount of smoke I was pulling, it was just perfect draw. Just enough tightness, because you also don't want to be like a straw.
Right.
Just enough to make you work a little bit.
You know you're smoking, but you're not pulling air.
Exactly. It's not like, wow,
and you do get flavor with it.
I'm getting a little bit of a bit soft spice or a soft burn, not crazy. Just what do you call it? Like how would you say?
A
Yeah.
pinch.
And more of like a
Very homosexual. That, but hey,
more of like
I need to separate you two.
a pepper, like a table pepper, like a black pepper, not like straight.
Didn't we say yesterday? Like remember, there is to me. There's a guy who literally says that he can tell the difference between white pepper and black pepper and all that, which is fantastic. God bless you. You are cool.
Cooler than me.
But I also think that there's like what they call the soft baking spices, like the cinnamons and the nutmegs. You know that it has a little bit of that heat, but it's a sweet heat, right? Cinnamon. Synonyms. Synonyms? No. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Nailed it.
There you go. It's the Cuban accent. I know. I've never been able to completely work my way through it. For those who speak perfect English, fuck you.
Oh,
Yeah,
shots fired.
there you go. But do you ever get that when you smoke, there is something that's a little bit of an easier, softer burn that you say, well, it's not pepper, but it's still there.
Here's a conversation, not to shoot you down.
No,
here,
go ahead,
but
man.
here's a conversation we had yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Retro hell.
Retro. Do you?
I do not.
Do you?
Never done it.
We had
Not
another
even on
gentleman
Facebook.
in the shop. That
Watch
was-
my reaction. I want you guys to watch my reaction. This may be epic shit. And I suck at retro hailing.
Yeah. Years of talent, people. Years.
Shit.
But
Fuck my life.
What the hell are you trying to do?
we had a guy in the shop yesterday that was kind of going on about,
Oh.
you know, I was getting this and that on the retro hell and blah blah blah.
I get burnt nose hairs.
Yeah, neat. If you can do that, cool. If that's your thing, again,
Right.
enjoy a cigar the way you like to enjoy it.
That's the most important
Yeah,
part.
it's not for us to determine. But for me personally, doing a retro hell or something like that, it blows my palate out. Once I do that, once I get that in there, that's all I have. I can't really. If I did it in the first third and the cigars changed in the second and last third, I don't know anymore because my whole face is blown out from taking all that smoke through my nose.
One of my favorite guys, and I know you guys have smoked this product, is Dr. Gabby Caffey of Caffey 1901. Gabby is a freaking dragon, dude. I've smoked with him stuff, and I'm looking at him, and he's it's like twin plumes of smoke. I was like,
It does look
Jesus. I can't. But
No.
he is one of those that somehow it does enhance his ability to, like, and I understand where he's coming at it from. Like, when you're blending,
Right.
you want to learn every aspect of what that blend can taste like or impact on you. So he truly has mastered the art of the standard, palatable smoke, and also the retrohaling to guide him in creating good cigars. So for
But
that,
it does kind of make sense how some people can do that, because if you think about it, when you have a cold and you eat something, it changes the taste.
Yeah, smell
So you're
is like 70% of.
You're
taste.
going to get a different flavor out of the cigar
Yeah, that's a good point.
when you're doing the same thing.
so I'm about an inch in. I like the ash. I know you guys are not going to be able to see that very, very well, but it's got about a nice, clean, well-formed ash on it. So those are one of the things that I look at a cigar, particularly. I made a statement in a conversation last week, and I stick to it. I almost want a cigar to fail. I truly do. When I look at a cigar and I do a little research and I kind of have a set expectation for it, I almost want it to disappoint me to say, well, yeah, it's okay, at that level of blah, blah, blah.
Whoa.
But when it doesn't, I'm like, wow, that thing really lived up to everything and I enjoyed it.
Whoa.
Whoa, okay, it's about
You
to
offended
fucking
him
get
somehow.
down. Right now, it's about to get
Whoa.
down. Bring it.
You mean to tell me
Bring it.
if Fuente put out a cigar,
No.
it's the new hotness?
No, I can't.
And
I
you
love,
go-
I love Fuente.
and you go,
Happy
"Oh."
birthday, Liana. We love you.
I hope it sells. I really want this thing to surprise me.
No, I
I
don't.
want
I
that thing to
don't.
be
Yeah.
a burner out of the
But
gate.
okay, so let me retweet this and tell me what you're thinking of that. Okay, about this.
That
You hear
asphalt.
you hear the hot new blend, the boutique. This it is going. Holy shit! You gotta do a lot of salsa moves when you're doing this. You know, hey,
Shoulder.
chaka, chaka,
Shoulder
chaka,
movement.
chaka.
Shoulder movement.
Anyways, so I'm always thinking that there's such a huge hype on a lot of these things that are coming out on the market.
AJ stuff.
Well,
I mean that's
AJ
the point.
Yeah, AJ and non-AJ, but let's go back to that cigar from last week, which was the #1 cigar of the year.
Which I haven't had.
Run right now and get it.
Not the greatest thing.
There was hype. There was the whole. It's the #1. I gotta go get it. The first time I went to pick one up, they were sold out, and I was like, well, I get it. It's the hype. I understand. So I went back right now. It's well in stock. I mean, it's well in stock.
Right.
I don't smoke hype. I don't smoke the cigar bands. I don't smoke any of that stuff. I smoke a cigar. And yes, you are right. I'm a little bit more.
You're biased.
I'm more biased.
Everyone is. Everyone
Or a
is.
little bit more leaning
There is no
towards.
such
yeah.
thing as non-biased.
I like the classic old brands. There's a reason they've been around. I'm very selective as to my boutique smoking. I love GTO. I don't think Oscar has a single damn cigar in his portfolio that is bad. I
agree.
love Gabby Cappy, same shit.
Mhm.
From the less expensive all the way to the top of the line that he sells. I love it. Felix Mesa, which we haven't even had that in forever, but we need to bring it in here. great cigar maker. There's a lot of good boutique people that what they did is they approached it from the soil and the actual meaning and love of making a good tobacco at a good cigar at a good price, rather than saying I'm banking on my name and I'm gonna hype my name up and I'm gonna put a gorgeous band on it and slap it in a damn box and blah 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 blah, and then I'm gonna charge $10 for it.
It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Well, it's also
I've never seen that, but I would love to see that. That could be, by the way, this throughout the video, you're gonna see a lot of little fun things. Lipstick on a pig might be one of them.
his name's Sally. It's also, you don't realize it or not, but it's human nature. You can form personal connections. My example just over here would be an Amendola cigar. Whenever I came in here, I'd never had an Amendola cigar. Grabbed one, I got the Habano, smoked it. Like, that's a great cigar. I really like this cigar. Later on that year, we had an Amendola event. He came in.
Cool guy.
Cool guy. You
Cool
sat
guy.
down with him. He rolled cigars. You could tell he genuinely has a passion for the business.
Yeah, he loves what he does.
He eats, sleeps, and breathes it. And then once you have that personal connection, now when I go and grab that cigar, I'm like, hey, I'm supporting this guy. I like the cigar. I like the cigar. It's more personal now.
And
you have more of a connection.
It's that story also. I mean, he's a little guy, and I mean this in the best sense of the word. He's a little guy with
he's
a
kinda tall.
huge passion for what he does.
And he's also very personable too.
I mean,
If you see him in
you're his friend. In 10 minutes,
Right.
you guys are
if
smoking.
you see him in a cigar lounge somewhere, you can walk up to him and say hi, and he'll talk to you.
But that translates to the cigar itself.
It does.
Like whenever you see that band, it's not, maybe there was not to say that you didn't like it, because they're great cigars.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that you didn't like it. You were like, oh, okay, that's an Amendola cigar. Yeah, I'll smoke that, whatever. But now when you see it, you're like, I don't have any more of that. I need to grab some. I need to get some.
Right, because you
you're
have
like,
that
oh,
personal
Yeah,
connection.
yeah.
Listen, I mean, you have me at hello. I agree with that 100%. And yes, I'm always going to be a little bit more leaning towards anything that the Fuentes do. I've had a personal relationship with the family, with the brand. I absolutely love them. It's funny, the posting that has had the most views, it's been I did it for, yesterday was Liana Fuentes' birthday. I've gotten almost like 360 views on that sucker. And I was like, wow, maybe I need to be a stunningly gorgeous cigar woman attached to, cigar royalty. And I met people, but now I'm just
Yeah,
I'm a handsome Cubano.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. She
Yeah.
is gorgeous,
I
dude,
wouldn't-
guys.
I wouldn't.
She is. I've
Would be mad.
met her. She's funny. She's engaging. You again, but she does bring almost that. As big as the Fuentes are, when you meet one of them, it's like you don't really think that they are like these huge guys. They're like personable.
It almost, it's sitting here thinking, it almost shows the importance of a really good cigar rep. Because that is going to be your connection to the
David
brand.
Ludwig, I know you don't probably watch us, but I love you, man. I've known him for 12 years. He is the cigar rep of cigar reps. He was my Fuente rep for many years, and I absolutely think that he's the guy. I mean, he's Fuente, man. He bleeds Fuente.
Well, if you don't know any better, you want to connect a face to a brand, and if you've never met, especially in a big brand, you're probably never going to meet someone of the ownership, or it'd be rare if you did. So a good cigar rep, that is going to be the face of the brand for you. So if you have a bad experience with a cigar rep, you're probably going to enjoy the cigar a little less.
I agree wholeheartedly. And let me go back to AJ real quick. I got nothing against AJ. Actually, this is my honest,
Big fan.
deep heart opinion. One of the greatest living younger generation blend masters in the world is Abdel Youssef Fernandez, AJ Fernandez. He is a beast at what he does. There's a reason he's where he's at.
100%.
The AJ rep, Don Williams, and I think Don is gonna one day walk in here and just shoot me. And he goes, dude, for a year and a half, we're good friends, and you haven't even brought AJ. And I'm sorry about that, Don. You know I love you. it's a tough thing starting a new business from ground up, but anywhere I go, I said, man, you know what? If you know Don Williams, who's the AJ rep in the area, you got a friend for life. Don Williams is a great, great guy, an amazing individual, and absolutely lovely. And again, he represents a phenomenal fucking brand. You know, and when you don't meet AJ, but you meet Don, you're like, I like that guy.
Exactly.
I dig him.
What have
He's
you got?
solid,
I'll
you know. And what I like also, great price point portfolio. He does the last call.
Yeah.
I think those are between the 5 to 6 range, depending on what you're
The
doing.
New World.
The New World's like 650,
Great
either
stuff.
the Connecticut or the Maduro. He does the Bellas Artes, he does the San Lotanos, which are all around the 7 to 8, and we were having a discussion on the San Lotanos yesterday as well. So there is greatness wrapped around the AJ name. That being said, though, I honestly believe that there was something lacking in that number one. And I hate to do that, man, but there was.
We all agreed on that last
Yeah,
time.
at $12 for Robusto, he was not here. He's exempt from that, so don't judge him, judge us.
I love AJ, so I'm a fanboy. It was a great cigar that I never smoked. It was great. Never smoked it. It was great.
Good little ash. We're about an inch and a half in, so those are one of the things that I look at. Do you ever do that? Let's see how long the ash can be, just for the construction aspect of it.
No, because I've dropped too many ashes in my lap, and yeah, I don't play that game anymore.
Well, one of the big things I
And I
look
feel
at.
like you're stacking plates, and you're like,
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I just like to at least see. You know what? For again.
But when you do break an ash, if it just completely disintegrates, it's telling you maybe it's a little looser.
Yeah, I
If you
agree.
have a nice stacked ash that just breaks off on the end, you're probably showing that you have some really good construction.
This Toro, $5. I'm shocked that the ash is almost 2 inches. I'm not even gonna BS again. I look for these things. I almost want the cigars to like, oh well, you know, it's okay. But no, it for $5,
No, it's a good
it
cigar
will
for
not
$5.
break your budget. You can say, Don, I'm gonna take like a box. In this case, these actually, because they are refills, they come in bundles, so it's a little bit, you know, better price point. But at the end, it's just a couple of bucks difference. So you say, I want to order that. Great, not a problem. You're thinking, well, 5 times 20, that's $100. But you get a good place that, you know, like I said, me here, I always do a standard 10% off of the price. So automatically you're like, well, that's $90 then for 20 sticks. $90 for 20 good quality sticks. If you're also, and this, I'm going to just segue real quick, if you are a Cigar Club member and you took advantage of the World Traveler deal, which was 12 cigars for $39.99, well, guess what? You now have
coupon.
a $20 coupon that you can use and say, well, now it's not $100, now it's $80. So not bad either. I do enjoy it. It's got a little bit of a, it started getting a little weirdness, but
Yeah,
it's
mine did too. Got a little bit of a
it'll autocorrect itself or not.
starting to.
Yeah. And on that
And it
note,
just came in. So.
do you know how to fix that when they canoe?
You lay the long side down, correct?
Now, I'm going with you right now. Where did you learn that, or who taught you that, or how did you come to that?
I don't know.
So I'm gonna go back to David Ludwig of the Fuentes. I'm telling you, man, I love these people. David said most cigars that are well constructed should and will autocorrect. That's fantastic. The trick is you bring the cigar back and you get the cherry as hot as possible, because cigars, the heat will radiate outwards. And if it gets a perfect good cherry as hot as it can, then it will burn all the way back out to the tobacco that is not burning, and thereby it will correct that canoe.
It's starting to connect. It's starting to bring it back around now.
That's all well good. I'm impatient. I'll touch up.
Well, that's
So
okay.
hey,
There is no wrong way.
no, not at all. So you see,
Yeah, mine.
so that will begin to do its magic. So you can touch up. I have nothing wrong with that. I seldom even want to do that. I just really want to keep testing the cigar and see, will it fix itself. And I learned that from David. I also learned that because I used to do a straight cut all the time, and he taught me, dude, if you hear that tobacco hit anywhere, you cut too much.
What do you mean?
In other words, like if you take a straight cutter
Yeah.
and some people, you know, they go well into the shoulder
Yeah,
and they're like
I know.
snip, and you hear like, if you heard that, you took a little too much.
I've never heard that.
Talk about the nub hitting the.
Like the little piece that you take off. So he says you should be able to take that and fling it. If that thing literally just like a little leaf falls, you know, maybe 3 feet in front of you, that's perfect. If that thing flies across the room, again, you took too much. In this case, I'm a diehard fan of the V cut, particularly the deep V cut. So that does cut a little big chunk, but it doesn't really do, in my opinion, a lot of damage to the cap. It just cuts
No.
right through
A
everything.
little hack that I was taught whenever I first started smoking cigars.
Little hack.
Old man told me to lay your cutter down, a straight cutter. Lay your cutter on the table, push your cigar in the center of it, snip.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean,
So just a little bit that it
Yeah.
leaves, that's a good cut.
and that's
And
okay.
it fell.
There you go.
That's
You
okay.
play the game.
Have you guys ever
Okay.
seen that
The game.
the
Get right in
little
my lap.
metal you know, straight cutters, but they have like the back?
I don't really like it.
It's called a perfecto
Yeah,
cut.
they get all kind of gummy.
I don't like it. You're right because of that. Sometimes
All the
it
stuff
doesn't.
gonna get in there.
Yeah, I mean, so I like it. If you just go a straight through straight cutter, if you're good, man, and you know what you're doing, you're not gonna damage the cigar. You're not gonna damage the
No.
cap. You're not gonna do. And you're not gonna lose anything. You're gonna enjoy it. You know, do fantastic. As a matter of fact, I saw Karen Berger of K by Karen Berger Cigars, which again, yet another story of small company, huge passions. She's a Nicaraguan queen, in my opinion. She the other day was just she did a little mini like 2-minute video, just a lighting video. She grabbed a cigar and boom, perfect cut, little nice. Showed it to everybody, lit it, and
What do you feel about punches?
I punched for a while,
Never have.
but it just somehow it just builds up too much of the oil and the little tar at the end. It created these little black spots that sort of visually, when I pulled away, took something from me that I was like, I just don't like that, you know.
The only time that I will consider a punch is if it's a 60 ring or bigger.
And do you smoke 60 or bigger?
60 is as big as I'll go.
Yeah, I've smoked 60s every now and then. We have a 64, which is way beyond even my thing. But I'll do a 60, which is a Magnum or a
I feel like if
double
you
Toro,
straight
whatever
cut
it's called.
something that big a ring gauge, now you're just making a freaking window to try to
Yeah,
go over.
it's powerful. If you enjoy that, that's great. We got a couple of fellas that do. That's what
That's all
they
they
enjoy.
smoke.
Yeah, that's all they enjoy smoking, and there's nothing
Very
wrong with that.
gangster.
Thug life, baby. Thug life. Realness.
Gang, everyone. Gang.
You are so white when you say
Yes.
that.
I'm just gonna say
I
that.
love this.
Gang.
Not to be confused with gang bang.
Whoa!
Completely different
I think I'm leaving.
animal. Completely. I had to say it. Someone was probably in the back of the mind. You know, is it the same or is it not the same?
That's on another tab.
I
on the
wanted-
windows right here.
I wanted to
Yeah.
clarify that.
Tab right
I want to
here.
clarify it.
Gang
There will
bang.
be a definition of both above us. Gang.
Urban Dictionary.
Oh, God.
We're going to the Webster edition. There may be some Wikipedia in there. Just look for the tabs as they pop up. Educate yourself. You never know.
Hey.
This is an educational show.
Since when?
I endorse this.
And for those who are crying and feeling a little bit left out,
Who's crying?
Elizabeth Warren,
Ooh.
we love you.
Not really.
Not really. I'm sorry. I know I may have hurt somebody out there. I apologize. You
Just
know,
because you're feeling the
I will-
burn,
I will
it's
not
okay.
say-
I feel the burn, baby. I feel the burn.
I do not want to say anything about it because I do not want to offend the American Indian heritage that she has. So I don't want to offend anyone on that side because
She was the only American Indian running.
she's very, very, very native.
She's nativa,
Yeah, very.
not Tiva.
Anyway, continue.
And so yeah, gang, sup, Warren, sup. But anyways, back to the reality. So I'm enjoying the crap out of the cigar. So we're a little bit deeper into the cigar. Let me start now, left to right. Mikey, what are you getting out of it? I mean, what are you liking? Let's just go to that. Fuck what you're getting out of it. What are you liking about it right now?
The consistent flavor from start to finish. You don't get, some cigars, like you were saying, they change every third or eighth
Yeah.
or whatever.
Very consistent.
This is a very consistent. The only problem is since it's so new into the
Mm-hmm. store,
it hasn't climatized correctly, I don't think, and that's kind of why it kind of burned a little funny.
A
Other than that,
little wonky burning. A little wonky burning.
I think it's a great cigar.
Google that. Keep burning.
Wonky burning.
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Not honky burning. Again, completely different things because that involves someone. Never mind. Go ahead.
Gang.
Yeah, you
So
go down
yeah, I
one-
agree with that. It's just a steady flavor. It hits it's not what I'm gonna say the most complex, but it hits a note and sings it. It just stays with that note, keeps carrying through.
Would you call it though a one note cigar, or have you at least picked up some nuances?
I feel like it does mellow out a bit.
Mhm.
It kind of goes, if we want to get a little leathery.
Okay.
But there's no dramatic
Changes.
changes. I feel like it's doing what it does and it's doing it pretty well.
So I go back into the idea that this could be a great cigar for someone who wants to experiment with something a little bit richer, a little bit heavier, but that may not overwhelm you, saying, oh my God, I got, a blast of pepper and then all of a sudden it just went away and then I got this and then I got that. There's nothing wrong with a cigar that's a little one note-ish.
Right.
That's okay.
It's not gonna blast your palate out.
I may not necessarily say that that's what I look for in a cigar when I, go smoking it, because I do want a little bit of a storytelling,
Well, I will argue that to the point where we go back to the price point.
Mhm.
If I did pick up a cigar that was $15 a
Yeah,
stick,
it is.
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of just sings that one note,
That's disappointing.
yeah, what's really going on?
What's capturing me here? Why?
You do have great
Yeah, what
quality
makes a
cigar.
$15
Yeah,
cigar
why are
do
you?
anything?
I don't need it dipped in a cognac vat that was from the 1700s, and you're selling to me for $25
I
a
agree
stick.
with that.
I want to know what you've done with that tobacco, and how it's the voyage that it's been on to really justify what it's going on. And if it's not telling me anything while I smoke it, then
Oh, well, I asked.
that's why.
I asked.
Point proven, everyone.
Well, now it's
It was
crotch is on fire.
Lap of
my
ash.
crotch is on fire for all you hot women out there.
Hashtag lap of ash.
Yes. Wow, there's some good stuff happening today. It's gonna take me a while to edit all the good stuff into it, but it'll be fun. Watch for the funny images. That being said, so I agree. Let's go back to the pricing. $5. I think at $5, even at 6 on the Churchill,
Mhm.
it's giving me everything I want. Maybe even a little bit more than that price, which I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
It is, when it started, it had a little bit of that, little bit peppery. I still get a little zing, nothing crazy. Again, not the palate of anybody, but I've been, it was almost, I don't want to say leather, it was like I got that wood, which I always like to smoke a cigar that has a little bit of woodiness to it. I got almost like that bitter baking chocolate at one point, and it hasn't sort of deviated too much from those flavors. It's more like a melding of them now.
It's more towards like cedar than it would be like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not I think that the oak tends to be always a little bit of a heavier kind of wood
Yeah.
flavor, if you will. Not to be confused with, the exotic woods that are out there, because that's a whole different shit.
What, you guys going licking furniture?
Yeah, pretty much, right? That's what I wonder. Every time somebody writes some
Hashtag
insane,
liquor.
yeah, the juniper berry guys. This one's for you juniper berry guys. Really?
Wait, is it juniper berry?
I have no
I
idea.
have no
Good
idea
talk.
either.
But it's berry from the juniper tree
You know
Or-
what they make gin out of?
or bush.
It's a gin out of juniper.
I don't know.
Good talk.
Tell us, write a damn comment. What do you get when you smoke a cigar that is like classic flavor pro? Like I call classics this. The wood, leather, I get a little espresso, chocolate, again, even a sweet grassiness to it.
Here's a conversation that I'd love to have because I'm a nerd about it. What would you pair this with as far as a beer or a liquor?
Okay, so if I was doing beer, I want something that cleans my palate. I love Presidente, which is a great Dominican beer.
Actually really good.
I think it's a great little, I think it's a Pilsner, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a wonderful summer beer, and we're headed into better
Right.
weather. I like that. I think that it'll cleanse and refresh your
Yeah.
palate so you can enjoy a little bit more of this. That's one. And that's on a lighter beer side. A Guinness would compete with this.
Yeah, once you said that, it clicked. Yeah, you would want something to kind of reset your palate instead of going darker or thicker
Yeah.
to really just,
Because that competes.
it'll bury it. Yeah, I agree with that.
And then for those who know me, I'm also a dieharder. I do like bourbon, but I'm selective on the bourbon side. I'm a huge Scotch guy, so
He's the Scotch guy, I'm the bourbon guy.
hint if anybody
I'm the
wants to.
Irish whiskey guy.
Irish whiskey.
Look at that! I tell you, you're a good Irish lad. I say. So I would do this again with a lighter Scotch. I would do a Lismore. Fantastic value on that bottle. It is a true single malt, but it's not a heavy, peaty Scotch. It's not an overwhelmingly strong Scotch. So I don't want to overwhelm the cigar. I want to make sure the cigar pairs. I would never do a Lagavulin or a Lafroig,
Right, those are
'cause-
way peaty.
and it'll completely absorb all flavors of this cigar. So if you're a Scotch guy, I think bourbon. You know what I would say for bourbon, and I would love it with this, the Basil Hayden.
Yeah, something lighter. I was gonna go with like an Elijah Craig.
Yeah,
Maybe a
absolutely.
Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, you're right.
Once Mike said it, an Irish whiskey would go with this.
Yeah.
The Jamesons.
A Jameson,
The
not the
Bl-
Black Barrel. I don't think I would go.
I go one.
The Black Barrel is a little too strong, I think.
Yeah.
A very affordable one is Patty's. That's got a nice little hint of
Yeah,
a
sure,
sweetness to
sure.
it, and it's a very affordable Irish whiskey.
True.
I think because of the cigar being what it is, you don't want to drink stuff that'll overwhelm it.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're tasting the cigar and the
Something thick and
libation.
heavy would just bury it.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Mm.
Yeah. But after about the second beer, your taste buds are dead anyway.
That's why you don't start with beer.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, fellas. Not to do anything else, but let's. Right now, I'm gonna just talk to you guys. We still have the full effect our World Traveler Experience Cigar Club.
How many do you have left?
So we got literally, I think maybe like a 5 or 6 spots left. I haven't checked yet, but we started out with 25. We're gonna run it straight through, anyways. The special. So if you come in through March Madness, or whatever,
That's basketball.
straight through March, if you get your sign up in March, at the end of March, it's done. If you get your sign up through March, because and this is why I'm doing it, because I started mid-February with this thing, so I want to get a good run. Now, if you come through March and you order, you got to go to www. Dot DONANOLI cigars, and actually he's pointing up. It'll be right there throughout the whole show. The
It's
website,
somewhere.
So no, it'll be there. It'll be right down there. See, it'll be right there. But go to DoñaLoliCigars.com. Go to the shop online category. Click on it, and you'll see all the different packages. Now you can do, if you're just a Nicaraguan fan, you can do 4 cigars for $19.99. If you love Dominican, nothing wrong with that. You can do 4 for $19.99. If you're a Honduran kind of guy, 4 for $19.99. Or
Just so I got this straight. Any 4 from any country is $19.99.
yeah, either Nicaraguan, Honduran, or Dominican, $19.99. Exactly.
Okay.
That includes right there the shipping. So great deal.
Mm-hmm.
These are factory direct cigars to you. So we've been able to negotiate with 3 great companies that really are all
Companies.
vertically integrated. They produce great cigars, so
Yes.
direct to you. $19.99, or you do well. I'm gonna buy 3 for the price of 2, and that is the World Traveler. When you get all 12 cigars for $39.99, and if you do it through the month of March, you will also get your $20 every month coupon code renewable to you for the life of your membership. So every time, like for example, if you wanted to buy a box of these, not a problem. So instead of $100, it's $80.
But those coupons do expire.
No, they will from month to month they will expire.
Correct.
But every month you get a brand new one, so it's a renewable coupon.
Right, but I was trying to make sure that people knew you could not save a bunch of them up and
Right.
use the coupons
Yeah,
to buy a
yeah.
box of Star.
If you, let's say, if you sign up today, you basically have exactly 30 days from the sign up for it. So, and then here's how we did it.
I had 140% off.
There you go. That is an amazing thing. So I have made $0.
You owe me 40%.
We did it so that if you sign up between the first of the month and the 15th, your shipment goes out on the 16th. If you do it from the 15th through the 1st, then through the 30th or the 31st, your shipment goes out on the very first of the month. So by doing that, it's always, that coupon is good for 30 days. And that's a great little thing. It's a nice incentive. If you guys are looking to buy good quality daily smokes, or just your box of cigars that you're like, you gotta have, well, you got $20 right there against it, so not bad.
And if you're pretty new to it and you don't know, pick your favorite cigar that you like the most. Just research it. If it's a Nicaraguan cigar, buy the Nicaraguan pack. Now you're kind of adventuring on to other cigars in the same region.
Absolutely.
Or go the opposite direction. If your favorite cigar is a Nicaraguan cigar, buy the Honduran or the Dominican so you can experiment with other regions.
Or buy all three, then you can experiment all over.
And we got a couple of guys there. It's 12 noon. Mike, let them in. Tell them to stay out there for a little bit.
Yep.
So we begin to wrap up over here. But the neat thing is as follows as well. Let's say you've never really been involved at all with the cigar culture. One of the neat things is also these cigars that we've negotiated for you, they're not like kick-ass, strong. They each have a story that is literally sent to you. So you can see people, places, the history of where that company comes from and originates from. And so I didn't want to include strong, kick-ass cigars. I wanted something at least medium at its fullest, so that you could definitely enjoy it, you know. But it's a great program. I'm very, very excited about it. In the words of our president, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge.
The main goal is we just want to teach you about cigars. We want you to learn more. We want you to be in this culture.
We want you to welcome them into this world.
Open arms.
Yes.
And also the other thing is that I never like talking about what the history of the information is, because I want you guys to find out, you're like, oh my God, get the heck out of here. This is awesome. You know, I don't want to like give anything away like that. It's get in, order it, you know, and when you get it, you got information on all three countries of origin. You got also information about the factory and the families behind that, which is very important. That you're like, man, I'm glad I did this, you know.
That ties back to the conversation we had before.
Mhm.
Now you have a personal connection to the
Right.
cigar.
Correct. To everybody, listen, thank you very much for your time. We really love what we do. We're like three cigar guys, you know, completely different individuals. But we love the fact that we can do this. Carter may or may not be back next week based upon his schedule. We're looking to get some people in. Since the Irish nutsack who wears leather in place with snow is gone for another 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks. So it could be a lot more fun and engaging people just like him, or it could be just Carter. You know, I'm okay
I
with
can't
that.
talk. I'll do a lot of talking.
You know, well, you know, you're part of Cuba, I think. I always say this,
He's thinking.
you know,
Okay.
we smoke well, man. We really do, and we want you to smoke well as well.
Yes.
That's really the bottom line. On behalf of everybody listening, we love you guys. A special excerpt, real quick. There is something out there that is a very personal thing to me, and I'm going to just use this last minute. Depression affects people very differently.
Yes.
People of all ages, children, adults, and the elderly deal with it very differently. My heart goes out to anybody who deals with it. And remember, taking your life is never, ever the way out. Look at the people who do love you and rely on them. I'm gonna say that from the bottom of my heart. You're never alone. You are never ever alone. There are great people who pray for you, who love you. That's all I want to say. It's something that has come to my attention this week, and I'm not gonna get into it, but I will say this much. I love this person, and that's all I can say, you know. But depression, you're never alone. Just look about you. You have people, and even strangers are praying for you.
Yep.
God bless all of you, my friends, my brothers and sisters that leave. You know, thank you, Carter. I appreciate you being here today, man.
Really appreciate it.
Mike, dude, this is awesome. And remember, guys, smoke well.
We
We do. And cut.